If you could make a difference in someone's life by giving something up for 1 week, what would you give up? Some 100 years ago, in 1922, Seventh-day Adventists did exactly that. The money used to support missionaries was running out. When the church was nearly forced to call its missionaries home, Adventists stepped up. They accepted the challenge of the mission offering. They gave up something for mission. Children gave their piggy bank savings. Adults gave a week's wages. By giving something up, they kept the missionaries in the field. By giving something up, they kept the church's mission program on track. The annual sacrifice offering helps Global Mission start new groups of believers among unreached people, often in the most challenging places in the world. So challenging, in fact, that Global Mission identifies some of these places only as veiled cities or veiled countries. We do not publicly name these places. Today, there are still more than 7,000 unreached people groups, with a total of more than 3 billion people. Jesus told the parable of the lost sheep. When one sheep was missing, the shepherd went out to search for it. We are told that when Jesus looked at the crowds, he looked at them with compassion because they were like sheep without a shepherd. Today, he still looks at the crowds with compassion. How about us? Can we look out with the same compassion? So what would you give up? That snack from the vending machine, that drink you love, a pizza, those new shoes, that new game, your favorite candy bar, that new toy, that slice of cake, hot chocolate or cold chocolate, those in-app purchases, that nearly irresistible deal of the day. Now, here's the challenge. Let's actually do it. Give up one thing for 1 week. Challenge your friends and family, and give the money to the annual sacrifice offering. You can give online or in church. Simply mark your tithe envelope, Annual Sacrifice Offering.
Rick, we're thinking about that visit many years ago to Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, West Africa. That was quite a trip.
It was my first time to visit that country, and so it was eye-opening.
Well, Kinshasa, you're looking at 17 million people and growing rapidly, and it seemed like every one of them was out on the street when we drove in from the airport, just an active, vibrant, happening city. And there we have Global Mission pioneers through the years who've been planting churches.
Yes, I remember going into the city and seeing lorries or trucks filled with people in the back. That was their transportation into the city. And so it was a huge challenge. You got a small number of Global Mission pioneers trying to reach a large number of people.
Yeah, so we were there for the Global Mission pioneer training, and I'll never forget the person who really stands out to me, of course, was Pastor Jeremiah, former Global Mission pioneer, who was leading the singing for the event. He was so vibrant, so enthusiastic, had such a wonderful story. You suggested we take him out on the street so that we could film him in action.
Yeah, so we went out right in front of the church and set up right there, and he started playing music, and immediately he had a crowd. And of course, his personality is so infectious. He's just so vibrant and just has this life about him that people are just drawn to it, I think, even without the music.
And he had his 2 little kids with him, Benji and Josie. And Josie had been really sick. She'd had malaria. She also had ulcers up on her leg. And so she doesn't look overly happy in the video, but she sang. And they had walked 2 hours to come to the event. And that evening, Saturday evening, they were heading back another 2 hours, walking back home.
Yeah, no, I'd forgotten that they'd walked 2 hours, but I think that's often the case in many of those areas of the world. What I do remember, though, is all the children that gathered around when he started singing and playing. We had a crowd.
Yeah, well, I remember several years later walking down the corridor at the General Conference, and I heard the same song that we had recorded Pastor Jeremiah playing and singing. And I poked my head into Ricky Oliveris' office. He's our video producer, and he was editing. And sure enough, there was Pastor Jeremiah. Ricky knew him as Pastor Lobo. I don't know, Pat, maybe it's Pastor Jeremiah Lobo, but there he was with his family. We knew him with 2 kids and a 1-month-old baby at home. But now the family had grown, church growth, and he was still ministering like he has through the years. It was just wonderful to see it.
We come today, we pray, we praise our Lord Jesus Christ, King of Kings.
And what's great about that one is these little homemade trumpets.
That's right. Beautiful. Well, global mission pioneers such as Pastor Jeremiah are working all around the world. Thanks for your prayers, for your financial support. They're planting churches in places we didn't know we could plant churches in very difficult circumstances. And whenever I meet a global mission pioneer living on a basic living stipend, I'm just humble, because I say, Lord, I don't know what sacrifice is. So please continue to pray for global mission pioneers pioneering the gospel around the world.
Like Jesus, I have to continue, because we have the mission to go to spread abroad of good news of Jesus Christ. Amen.